this. Oh, AD now on blue, red, and green. 10 hours ago, Armchair Detective blew a little video. Okay, let's see what this is.
That's Winston, my little pal.
Someone's been on the editing.
I'd just like to say that I've heard all this information that's been put out about me, about my family, about my friends, and I'd just like to say that I want to refer people to talk to Armchair Detective, who knows more about me, more about this case than
Chris did the most. And Chris was a man who picked up helpingly protecting. It was
charged. He's in a good mood. Most of us are old, aren't we? Most of us are at home all the time. I know that because you're here all the time. The whole point is, the reason I didn't want to come at the case. The reason I come at the case is because after 2.5 years, I'm being witch hunted and stalked by.
What an idiot. So the stupid thing here is, as you say, he's posted it on every channel, red, blue and green. I thought this was going to be a video that said, hi, I'm Alan the Armchair Detective. We've got a new thing happening on this channel. I'm going to be on all the channels. I'm going to be streaming on all of them. So look out for that. I'll be on later. Bye. No. He's just taken the first part of his show from last night, cut 6 minutes of it off the front, uploaded it with the title AD on blue, red and green. The title says it all. Could have done it as a community post, but wants the views. Desperate for the views. Alan's got a new strategy. If one video won't give him 10,000 views, he'll do 10,000 videos and get one view on each. You like the crunchy crisps? Usually I mute it because I think it's kind of offensive. The dog's in here with me now as well and she fucking loves it. You can hear the dog down there. These are hummus bites from Aldi.
Nan's brother, and like.
So that's shit content, yeah? Shit content. And so what I assume, he's live now on the blue channel. All right, look, you don't start that shit. He's live on the blue channel. Is he live on the red channel now as well? No, he's not. Nicole Kessinger, Living in the Shadows, is the other channel, which is confusing, but, you know, is what it is. Is he live on there now? No. I thought he was going to go live on 3 channels. I thought that was the point of that video. He's such a prick. Right. This is him tonight. His plan for tonight is to update the Idaho 4 murders, the Delphi murders, just to use other people's content to talk about stuff that he hasn't been talking about for a while. And of course, he added on the end Russell Brand. And when did he add that on? Today, when he saw drop my video. Cocker. What a cock. What a cocker.
Most of us are old, aren't we? Most of us are at home all the time. I know that because you're here all the time.
What's going on? He's playing his video at the start.
I'm one country and they're another. We're not going to like each other.
This isn't live.
Minimise each other's good points.
This is that video we just watched. How fucking confusing. This is his live stream, yeah? On his live stream, he played that video we just watched, AD on all channels, and it comes in and here he is. I'm Alan the Armchair Detective.
Is there more than...
Most of us are at home all the time.
Saying he's at home and he's old. 10 minutes go by, right? We're into this by about 10 minutes before he turns up here. And like, the show restarts. The show restarts. He's doing his hardest best to throw the audience off and make them confused. Where is he? Is he on green? Is he on blue? Is he here? Is he there? That crazy Alan, we seek him here, we seek him there. He's a fucking noncer, right? And he's turned up now on the blue channel, but he's giving you a he's giving you a preview upload of yesterday's show as the intro to today's show, just to confuse you even more.
Yeah, here he is. Yeah.
Here he is, the massive twat wanker with the Chicago. That's like a child's baseball cap. He looks like he's wearing a child's baseball cap. Look at this t-shirt. No, can't just wear normal clothes, can you, Alan? You have to dress like you're a fucking Like, this is what you think 16-year-olds dress like. Like, what are you dressed like? Fucking creepy noncer.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I put that together today and quite enjoy doing that. That's my intros on my new green channel. If you're not a member of the green channel, you need to join it right now. We're going to put the green channel in chat.
Just don't bother.
Where I build a reference library of Nicole Kessinger.
A reference library of Nicola Kessinger, meaning all the shit that's on my channel already, cut up into bits and put up over there. So just even more confusing. Stuff you've already seen, nothing new, reference library. All the shit I've already done, just dumped spam wholesale onto my green channel, just in a desperate cash grab for spam views. Fucking hell.
So anything you want to know about it, it'll be there. All the little nuggets, nuances, it'll all be there in one place for you. You won't have to search it.
It's all on this channel as well, you prick.
It's literally called Kessinger in the Shadows. So the girls have put the channel in chat now. I'm trying to build it as a library for you, because when we do the study group, all this
library.
It's lovely from all this.
Hang on. A library. He's such a cock. Where is he? Right, let's have to take this one. Nicole Kessinger living in the shadows. So what you would do with a library is, of course, you'd have all the videos organised and in playlists, and it would be A to B, you know, A to Z, like organised like a library, so people could easily find things about. Not what's this? Loads of random shit. This one does my nuts in. How's that got 1,000 views? The thumbnail is of a blurred out face. It's a non-thumbnail. It's got to be the worst thumbnail in the world. Using Shannon's picture of her pregnant, thank God you can't see it. No, it's just awful, this disgusting... It's just a cash grab, desperate for attention. Oh, I'm not monetarised over there. Get fucked you aren't. There's 3,000 subscribers. That's monetarised. No, get fucked you aren't. If you upload 1 million videos, you can get £1 million, £1 a video. He's such a pathetic twat. Like, really, I've had it with him. So this is just the most pathetic, sad. Actually, at this point, it is sad. Like, there's none of us out here doing what Alan's doing. People on YouTube don't do what he's doing. It ruins your channel. Because who wants to have their notification? Like, why don't you subscribe to the green channel, switch on notifications, and get 6 a day of a load of old shit? No one wants this. No one wants it. It's not what he says it is. Look at his face. He's such a bellend. And they're giving him money. People are like a small select group of really devoted people who hate Nicole Kessinger so much that they like Alan. They're so blinded by their hate for Nicole Kessinger that and it's up to them if they want to hate her, but to love Alan because of it is fucking weird.
Spanners, thanks, Go. Fantastic support from the Spanners. Yeah, so you'll be able to use it as a reference library. Blimey. Thanks. This is what's going on here. Somebody wanted like a protest meeting here. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for all this support. Okay, but tonight's show is nothing to do with Nicole Kessinger.
So why has the first 15 minutes of the show been all about Nicole Kessinger and the What's case on the intro with the plate, like that intro that we just skimmed through, and him like, why have you done that, you fucking bellend?
And I showed that to show you I don't just do that one case. Nancy's here, man. Nancy, thanks, Nancy. Never heard of her. Never heard of her.
No, not Nancy.
I don't know how that works even, but thank you.
You don't know how it works.
So
They're giving you money.
My attention away to other stuff. There are other true crime channels that can't survive without my name. They will tag me in it. They will put my name in the title. As soon as they don't have me in it, they get no views. They're just like flies on my back. I can literally do other crimes. And tonight we're going to do that. Let's crack.
He thinks he's talking to me. Get real, Alan. You know that I rinsed the floor with your shit channel with my main channel content. You know that I got more views with my Nicola Bully stuff at the inquest than you did with yours. You know that. So bad, you try and pull the wool over people's eyes. And it's not about views, it's about quality of content. And you also know that you are the dog shit end of the toilet. Like, you are a piss trough in a boozer full of fag ends and like little ammonia bricks. You drink out of that, you do, Alan. You're fucking sick, you savage sick bastard. There are flies on your back. Get real. You're the parasite, Alan. You're the parasite. You're a tapeworm up the bum of fucking dead children.
Go on. True crime updates tonight, we call it. So obviously I keep my eye on true crime, and I've got three tonight to talk to you about. First of all, let's get going. The Idaho 4 murders.
Somebody's
Brian
the
Koberger
what?
was arrested. Do you know what you're about? First of all, let's get going. The Idaho 4 murders.
The Idaho. The Idaho. Do you know how to pronounce Idaho? It's not because you're dyslexic, is it? This is because you're an idiot.
Three tonight to talk to you about. First of all, let's get going. The Idaho 4 murders. Brian Koberger was arrested. Do you know it's December 22? December 22.
Don't
At
care.
his parents' home in Pennsylvania. As the prime suspect.
Stop reading the internet to me, you boring twat.
Murders of 4 students in their home at the University of Idaho 4. Now, he's actually pleaded not guilty because he can. But myself, I would say he did it, but we'll have to wait and see. Kylie Conclaves, Madison Mogan, Zana Knodel, and Ethan Chaplin were all found deceased on the 13th of November. Hello, Sam. Join them all. Join them all.
No, don't.
So that's
You
the
would
4
have
people,
to be
young people that died.
stupid.
But that's where it starts, because how can 4 people be brutally murdered with blood everywhere, right?
Oh.
And none of them help each other. And then all the time there's one girl downstairs doing nothing, and she sees him leave, and she doesn't phone the cops. In fact, the cops aren't called till well into the next day. So
Alan just loves jerking off over the pictures of the women that are in the house that got murdered.
some of those poor girls and boys could have been saved if she'd phoned straight away. I don't want to go on about it, but it's the questions. Why didn't she call the cops? And we wait for the trial. Meanwhile, there's leaks. Now he's 28, and he was a criminology student at the University of Washington. And he managed to get a job as a sort of school, not teacher, but he used to mark the papers in the school. And he was a pest. All through his life, he was a pest to women. Where women were, he would be a pest. And he would join clubs and get thrown out of them because he was a pest.
That's you. Alan, you're a fucking notorious sex pest in your hometown of Weston-super-Mare, aren't you? Leotard Alan in the club crying in the corner. You're a fucking sex menace.
Man is dangerous. Both defence and prosecution have asked to restrict cameras at the case of the Bruce Slayers to avoid national attention. It's ongoing.
I've got
I've got
my
a
teeth.
very, very special man on YouTube called JB. I've got to be careful when I say that because my dyslexic mind, I guess, the wrong way around. JB. JB on WLFA. He supports YouTubers using his content, and I love him. I love him he does that. And we're going to get an update right now, and I'm going to watch it with you.
Oh, no.
On that channel.
Can I skip this? Watching someone else's updates. I've got a friend watching someone else's updates, pictures of young girls. Look, that's why he loves it. That's why Alan's into this. Oh, fucking look at them. Whoa, they're right the same age as my daughter used to be. Oh, I'd like to fuck my daughter. Like, you fucking pervo, Alan. I'll skip this, yeah? Watching other people. I knew it was going to be a lot of this, so I was prepared to cover it quickly tonight. I want an early night tonight. I need my beddies. But I knew it was going to be like this. So, how can he do 3 different cases on the same show? How can he do a news update without just playing other people's videos? You all right, Alan?
Let's just try starting again, I think. Might work. Because it's from America, sometimes we have trouble linking into American channels.
No, you are fucking stupid. YouTube America does not come from America. No, what do you mean? Because it's in America, you have problems. Those damn YouTube American channels. If only it was YouTube Europe. What are you on about? Big up Slick Willy Deeg. Was watching Raw Sugar and fancied some tapeworm. That makes sense to me because that's my content. I uploaded a video today about Raw Sugar on Super Chuffer for you, and here is Alan Angry Alan the Tapeworm. But it makes sense, but
Sometimes. It's not loading. Not one of those, really, is it?
Oh, wait, let's slow this down. I'm enjoying it. Playback speed normal. Fuck you.
I have no idea why this is happening.
It's because you're a cunt.
Sometimes I have trouble with Wi-Fi. If a lot of people are watching the football like tonight in my area.
No. No. What do you mean a lot of people are watching the football? What he means is Alan is currently watching the football on the other channel on his computer now. And it's cluttering up his poker game and his football watch. He's probably got money on it. He's probably got a betting window open. That's taking priority on his internet access. Because it will say to the computer, like the computer will say, can I send this information? No, we're trying to send a stream as well. And it will say, well, this information is really important because it concerns Munnis, and they'll say, okay, you take priority, and then the stream will just go up and down. It might be, I think it's most likely that. He could be out somewhere else. He could be taking his little rig on the road. You never know. Like you say, McDonald's Wi-Fi. It's just absolutely not acceptable, though, after 5 years of content creation, to run a stream regularly and have these kind of problems. Once in a blue moon, every now and then, everyone gets it. But regularly have this level of quality, and to not increase the quality yourself, to not learn, to not know what you're doing. There's no more Crispies, I said it. So, you know, no barking. You've had quite a lot of Crispies tonight, madam. And yesterday you had chippies. So you've had quite a lot out of me. We've been on 2 walkies. Yeah, she's a good girl. Okay.
I'm struggling with a signal sometimes. And I don't seem to be picking up what I want to be picking up.
Why are you picking up kids?
I might have to do something like recharge my internet or something like that.
I think he said that one as a deliberate joke. I think he knows you don't recharge the internet. I think the joke here is like, you know, I might have to get my my missus on the exercise bike in the garden again to start charging up the internet. Ha ha ha. But really, I hope this goes. I mean, I don't know. He'll probably get it fixed, won't he? But I hope it fucking continues the whole way. I hope he has a real dog shit show.
Sorry about this, guys.
Sorry about this, guys. Well, you're only reading the fucking newspaper off the internet, so you can just do that. Like, the thing is, you don't need that. Like, let's say today this goes down. I do need this, don't I? Because I'm reacting specifically to Alan, so I suppose I'm in the fuck. But let's say it goes down. Can I run a show without Alan on here on the screen? Yes. It doesn't matter what I was doing. We could turn to the tarot cards. Like, I've got a backup right in front of me. Anything goes really bad on, like, you know, what I'm watching, I can just say, right, we're doing something else now. I could just jump into it, and my backup's right in front of me. Tarot cards is a nice backup there, always the way. There's all sorts of things we can do. But Alan's got nothing planned. So stop. Okay, you think this... Okay, I will listen to you. I'll accept it.
If a lot of people
good
are watching
criticism,
football
I will
tonight
accept
in my
it.
area, then I'm struggling with a signal sometimes. And I don't seem to be picking up what I want to be picking up. I might have to do something like recharge my internet or something like that.
Recharge your vibrators.
Sorry about this, guys.
Recharge your big black wanger vibrator that you have.
Site can't be reached.
Recharge your warming cock ring.
Not good.
Not good.
Let's see what's wrong with my internet. Let's have a look.
Well, you're broadcasting still, so something's
Tell
right
it's
with
live,
it.
can't you?
It's weird, isn't it? That, oh no, hang on. Is he stopped? What? He's not just... No. This is perfect. Do you know what he's done? He just said, I will have a look at my internet, and he leaned over here and had a look, yeah? So what's he done? He's pressed the button on his computer, internet computer access, and he's accidentally pressed disconnect, reconnect, or something like that, yeah? Like, while he's live, he's just pressed disconnect by accident live there, because he literally browsed over he said, let me just check my internet access, and now it's gone. And now it's that screen with the cat eyes. How did he get to that? How did he change it to that? That's weird. Oh, he did his thumbnail for a bit, and then it just jumped to... Oh no, that's the one I'm skipping around. It's showing me the thumbnail. How did he get the cat eyes up? And also, why does he use the cat eyes? He doesn't even have a cat. And that's it. Fucked. It's dumped out, yeah?
The whole point is...
It's real weird... What's that? Who's done this? Who's done that?
Well, I will ask you to join my Patreon so I can continue to put the hours in to fight the good fight to get NK questions. That's what I'm here for. If you join Patreon, you can come and talk to me on it, and you will be supporting the channel. It is £10 a month, and I understand that would be a donation to keep the case alive.
I wonder if he uses the word donation there because Alan believes in some way, ignorantly, that donations don't have to go on your tax. Oh no, it's a donation. No, it's not. It's not crowdfunding donations. It all goes on the tax. I wonder if he thinks that. So that was his intro today. Is he did the double intro, including the one that made you thought you were watching yesterday's episode that you've already seen. And then he appeared, and then it wasn't, I'm going to do a bit about the Idaho murders. So we watched some of the Idaho murders. Now it's possible that got him done on the copyright. It's possible that got him done on the copyright. And then when he tried to use YouTube, it said, sorry, you've been done for copyright. You're not using YouTube now. All right, skip to live. This is live. Finished. Thanks for tuning in. That's because if you go offline for long enough, YouTube will automatically end your stream, I think. I doubt that he's pressed end stream there. I think what he's done is he's pressed end internet by mistake on his desktop. But it could be that he was having legit internet problems. But the weird thing, hang on, let's just review. I mean, this couldn't be better, could it? Couldn't be better for me. It's a laugh a minute with Angry Alan. Like, they all gave him the memberships as well, extra monies. Maybe he doesn't care. He's had the monies. Nice to have you back, AD. What happened? Says the comments.
In my area, and the only power he could get was to kill them, in my opinion. And that's what happened. But how he managed to kill all four?
He said this man lets him use his live stream, doesn't he? He said this man lets him use his stream. And look, it says standby for stream. It's a pre-stream being broadcast by WFLA Now. So Alan's plan tonight was, obviously, WFLA Now are going to be doing... Hang on. WFLA Now. Let me tell you, right? They're going to be doing those same 3 topics that Alan was going to do. Watch. Is it this?
Tampa Bay...
No, is it this? What's FLA? Where's WFLA Now? What is it? It's not news channel. That's not what it is it? Live murder trial of man, First Coast News. What was he was watching a stream then? He was watching someone else's stream. He said it was his friend, whoever that is. Anyway, it's not obviously his friend, is it? But whoever stream that is, I imagine, is now live doing their stream. And Alan tuned into the pre-stream, and midway through the pre-stream got stopped. Look. Now look,
so
the video's
stream.
Look, the video's not playing, but Alan is still working fine. Like, if his internet's going down, then he stops. Like, he's going to lie about what's been going on here, the fucking cheeky chuffer. But I'm just trying to find... Oh, go on then. Since it's in my eye line, I will have a bit of this as well. Fuck yeah. Am I being dyslexic? Is it WFLA? Not live, it's an old stream. Okay, so he was going to play somebody's old stream. So they're not live. Because it says standby for stream. It says, like, this is the intro part of a stream. It's the stream starting soon bit. And he played it and he just, like, had that on. Instead of jumping to the stream starting soon. Like, instead of jumping to the stream. Let's just check this, look.
Now, and I'm going to watch it with you from our friends on that channel. Coburger.
Like the easiest content in the world, isn't it, Alan? You just watch it with us.
Trying to say it.
You go to sleep on the side.
Poor young people.
But listen.
Never going to grow up.
That stream he's watching's got music, yeah? Now, it's hard sometimes to copyright strike and identify different content until it's like being broadcast and what's going on. But the music comes up on the automated system, and if it's one of these big companies that's got a proper media producer company behind them, the music comes up on the automated system. You're broadcasting their stuff live. It could be that's gone wrong. This could be a copyright strike.
His parents were great. I mean, he grew up with great parents. He did. I don't know what they think. They think he's innocent. I don't think he's innocent.
This could be another Eurovision.
Chubby boy. And he started running every day and losing weight and boxing when he took up heroin. So we know it.
So, because what you remember with Eurovision, we had it on in the screen. There's another one. We did an episode or two about Red Dwarf. I archived them in the end because I didn't think it was right quite for our demographics. But it was really good episodes with Darksea DePhil, Steve. We were chatting about Red Dwarf. Anyway, in that I had Red Dwarf playing in the background, not live like. Sorry, the episode was playing, but no sound. So it was just the video of the episode playing in the little window, like I do in the background while we talked about it. I accidentally let it play. I was like, had it on for, there's a picture of Red Dwarf, but then the program off the telly, but then I accidentally let it play and we were talking and we got done copyright, 15-minute timeout. And I was like, why have we been done for copyright? What am I even doing? And I realised, in the picture behind my head, partially obscured by my head, in that frame, Red Dwarf was playing. So, like, you can't just play someone else's images and then just talk over. Like, put the volume down on that and I'll just talk over it. That's not fair use. That's not commentating on what they're uploading. Oh, but I am talking about it. I'm talking about the Idaho murders. Yeah, but you're not talking about their broadcast of the Idaho murders. In this video from WFLA now, we're seeing these cars, and the way WFLA now presents it is like this, and the way that I would talk about it is like this. That's commentating on it. But saying I'm talking about the Idaho murders and I need footage, and they've videoed the footage, so I'll use their footage, that's not acceptable. That's just you using their footage and music while you talk. So this is copyright infringement.
He's an ex-heroin addict as well, and he had lots of issues.
And it says stand by for stream. This stream is not on yet. This video that he's... Could you imagine if this had gone well for Alan and he'd managed to play somebody else's entire live stream, including the pre-stream? He's already done his own pre-stream. He's already done his own introduction twice. Now he wants to watch their pre-stream, their introduction. The money's coming in. Like, what the fuck? Like, this deserves to be thrown off YouTube. This is the worst kind of content there is. It's not even React content. He's playing their stuff and just rambling in the background. He's not pausing it. He's not making a commentary. He's just like, again, not on. You can commentate on the Idaho murders, and you say, well, their videos about the Idaho murders, so it's the same. It's not. You're not commentating on their video. You're not reacting to what they're doing on their video. You're independently talking about the Idaho murders while you're using their footage. It's definitely copyright strikes.
They're way out of his league. Way out of his league.
And I don't think they would appreciate if they'd heard him saying that they're his friends and they allow him to use their content, because that's what he said. And then what happened is, so I'm just going to skip through it a bit because, boring. But look.
That's when their thoughts are with the parents. Tonight we look at the latest on it.
So.
And we have a chat about it.
Now it stops.
My thoughts are with the parents.
But Alan doesn't.
Really are. So stand by for stream.
He's now filling for time. He's sort of just realising that it's not working properly. He said, so stand by for stream. He's reading what it says on the screen there. Stand by for stream. Yeah. So he's seen that this window's rolling around and he doesn't want to say shit, it's not working. So he's now he's doing classic Alan. This is his whole content, filling time by just saying things out loud that you can see. It's not a commentary on this. It feels more to me like he's been stopped by YouTube for doing this than his internet's gone down. Because if his internet went down, why is he still talking? Although we've seen it before where he has videos and they buffer. We have seen that. So I will allow for that. But it seems a bit weird to me,
Not any minute.
How come you can still upload?
If it stops buffering.
Mind you, wouldn't his stream have just cut out here?
Buffering's right at the start.
For the copyright as well, wouldn't everything have cut out? And it's not buffering, look. You can see it underneath. Oh, no, that's my bar. I was going to say underneath you can see the bars going up further, but that's my bar because I've got internet. Alan's is not going up, so maybe he doesn't have internet.
Yeah, so there was a hearing and that didn't work for him. Also tonight we'll be covering the Delphi murders, which have got some new things going on, and a British thing.
I mean, I'm going to say as well in chat as well, Andy's saying your internet went down, but your Twitch is still on. I don't know how that would work. But I'm going to say it's quite possible it's an internet problem because the downloading could have stopped, but the uploading that he's doing to broadcast is still happening, but is like, maybe last to give up or something. I'm not exactly certain. Maybe I sound completely ignorant there, but my feeling on it is that if your Wi-Fi router stops, then everything stops. Like I stop uploading when my Wi-Fi stops. I'm aware that what I stream has problems, like in terms of bit rates and all that. If I'm clogging it up with loads of stuff that's uploading, it's hard to get my head around this as to what could have actually happened here. Why would his downloading stop, and why would he not be able to just reload the page, open a new window, and why would the whole stream give up? He did say he was going to check the internet by pressing the, and he disappeared. Maybe as well, right? Listen, maybe this is all for show. Maybe Alan didn't want to do a show tonight, and so he turned up and pretended the internet was like, oh, the dog ate my homework. Stand by for stream, guys. Oh, no, it's not working. I'm off to do something else. Maybe it's that.
Russell Brand. Russell Brand.
Russell Brand. Someone did a Russell Brand today, didn't they?
Oh, what's going on here? Seems to have lost the feed.
Lost the feed.
Let's just try starting again, I think. Might work. Because it's from America, sometimes we have trouble linking into American channels.
Why does he say such weird lies? You know, this is a feature, like a weird feature of the narcissist, that they just think they can just say anything. Like, honestly, like, life is a series of lies. Instead of saying, I don't know why it's not working, sorry about that, he's like, yeah, I'll make up a reasonably, like, to him, reasonably sounding lie, and then I'll just say it. Like, it just seems fucking weird. Yeah, sometimes you have trouble linking into American channels. What, like, nobody else in the world ever, and it's just you? Just make up a fucking weird lie because you don't want to just admit that things are not good at your end. And this one's weird as well because it's not really his fault. What it is, if he hasn't applied for a proper internet and got a proper broadband put in and had the people in to sort of fix it all up and pay the bills for the nice, you know, super duper business broadband or whatever he needs. I don't know exactly, you know, what his plan is or whatever, but obviously it's not working for him, is it? Obviously he's not technical enough to fix it. Maybe it's his computer as well. Maybe there's problems with his encoding. Whatever it is, he's not prepared to fix it. After 5 years of broadcasting, it's not improved. So it is on his shoulders. It is his fault. He does have to burden the fault. Alan is to blame here. He has to burden the blame. It makes me feel like he's just faking it and he's just decided to fuck it off because he can't be arsed.
Sometimes. It's not loading. It's not what I wanted tonight, really, is it?
Humming to himself. I could actually release another Angry Alan video.
I have no idea why this is happening. Sometimes I have trouble with them.
And there we've got an issue with the uploading because now the uploading is like, you know, the image stops before the sound. Yeah, got you.
Wi-Fi. If a lot of people watch...
And it's dumped. What it's done now is it's dumped it down. Okay, it was trying to upload and encode at a higher bit rate, and because it's had problems, it's dropped down. You can see the quality drop.
Watching the football like tonight in my area, then I'm struggling.
Which is normal for his stream. We never see it at that higher quality. It always drops down.
Struggling with a signal sometimes.
I mean, I'll tell you what I'd do is fucking nutting. What if he was in a poker game and he's put money into it and then he has to the internet goes off? Like, that would do his fucking nutting, wouldn't it? I'm in the middle of a hand. You're costing me my monies.
And I don't seem to be picking up what I want to be picking up.
Yeah, children. I said that earlier.
I might have to.
Or maybe the police, I'm just throwing things out there to have fun and make entertainment, yeah? But maybe the police are hacking Alan's network as we speak. Or maybe hackers are hacking his network as we speak.
Do something like recharge my internet or something like that. Sorry about this, guys.
When he said recharge my, then, in my head, I heard bum bum from Regardation Police.
Charge my...
Bum bum.
Do something like...
Putting my willy in my...
Recharge my...
Bum bum.
Internet or something like that. Sorry about this, guys.
I play Hearthstone, which is an online card game for fun. And it does cost a little bit of money for the cards 3 times a year. But, like, you know, we all like to have things that we like in night entertainment. It's like going to the movies, isn't it? But I tend to play most games free to play. But Hearthstone, I will admit that I buy some cards 3 times a year and play a card game on the internet. There's no money involved in the game. You know, you just get the latest cards on the expansion. Anyhow, I do it all above board, and it's all on the computer. Don't worry. I have to say this because someone had a pop at me for playing Genshin Impact on Alan's team because they said that you can end up spending loads of money on the game, but I've never spent a penny. Anyway, I play Hearthstone, and if a game goes down while you're playing it, it's frustrating because you're going to lose that game on the ladder, and then that's it. You just let it go. Just like, okay, I lost a game. Right? But with Alan, you know right now in his house, unless this is a deliberate scam, you know right now in his house the fucking shit's hit the wall. Like, this is dinner up the wall moment. This is frying pan up. Fuck your fucking dinner up the wall now. This is Reguidation Police heard you, who responded in the AD chat room. What do you mean? Has he already edited something in those few seconds? That sounds a bit loop. Recharge the bum bum. I thought he edited something. It says recharge the bum bum. This moment in Alan's life is going to be an extremely stressful one. Like, you know how we're talking about breakdown and like pushing him on the edge and stuff, yeah? There's a cute bit about this, which is if this is for real, Alan will be hitting... Alan just got some not super chats. Nancy was in. She got a membership. She hadn't super chatted yet. Yeah? So Alan's going to be sitting there saying, this is costing me $100 from Nancy. Nancy's got a membership. She's feeling fruity. She's just in. I was going to blow Super Chuffer out the water with my analysis of Russell Brand. And now, no. Not on the internet. He's going to be fucking screwing. He's going to be screwing. And here's an interesting thing. 700 views already. How many views will an episode of Alan's that is nothing get? That's going to be interesting. If he leaves that up, how many views will a nothing? Because it literally is nothing. There's the intro, then he plays an intro for someone else's thing, then there's nothing. So it literally is nothing. If that gets 1,000 views, everyone that views that is a number that you detract from all these other numbers on all your... Because they're useless views. No one really gives a fuck. They're watching it because they're just watching it because whatever. Like, I don't know why they're watching it, but 1,000 views on that is 1,000 people that always watch your stuff regardless. Are you view botting? Like, how are you getting 700 views on a stream that does nothing? Have you paid for 500 views to sweeten the deal to start with? Every stream, give you a bit of a boost. Because it seems weird that you should be able to do a stream that has nothing happening and still get the views. Something else on top of this, he's saying about his phone. Like, if this happened to me, I would get on my phone, I would stream on YouTube on my phone live, and it would be fucking awful, and I would be sat in here going, hi. Like, you know, usually we do a proper stream and you were just watching it, but here I am live telling you now, or a community post or something, you know, immediate communication because people are watching and it's just happened. But no, nothing, which means I think more than ever, either Alan is now, there are only two choices here. Either it's real and for whatever reason his internet has gone down, or it's not and he's faking it. And for Alan, you can never trust anything, can you? So he might have just wanted to watch some football or some other shit and he's just fucked it off, yeah? Maybe that. And he's having a laugh at all of us having a look. Viewbotting is when you go and... I shouldn't... Like, you get thrown off YouTube for doing it, so don't fucking do this. But you can just buy views on a stream. Like, obviously, look, when I'm scrolling down here, you'll see I've not clicked these links before. Like, this is what comes up, buy views on a stream, and I've not clicked the links. I don't do this. But you can buy Twitch viewers. You can buy live stream viewers. You just pay someone in India and then give them your details and then give them your video details. And then when you go live, you get 500 views. Bang. Done. They're all from India and it doesn't really help your channel in the long run. And if you get caught doing it by YouTube, which eventually they will catch people who do these things as they get more sophisticated. Every time the view botters get more sophisticated, YouTube get more sophisticated in catching them. And like, you know, it's like an arms race. So if he's been doing it in the past, he might... Like, you could lose your channel on that, so it's not a good idea. You know what I'm saying? But it seems weird, doesn't it? I mean, there would be some people who turned up to see what he was doing tonight. But for any more ongoing views, if that continues to climb and gets 2,000 views, clickbait views maybe, but there's nothing on the stream. It's 20 minutes, nothing happens. So that would be fucking weird, wouldn't it, if it continued to get views, and it would highlight where Alan might be. Like you can say to them, right, I want 10,000 views this month, please, and can you put them across all my stuff that I upload? And like basically you could have 2,000 every time on everything you upload for a month with a one-off deal, something like that. So YouTube thinks I'm a comment bot. It's interesting, isn't it? So it could be that he's faking it and he just wants to fuck off and do nothing. For me, it's a joy because it's only coming up to 11 o'clock and I haven't had to cover a whole episode. I didn't want to. I was happy not doing so. I really didn't want to, and now I don't. Hopefully this Super Chuffer video is more interesting to people than Alan's rubbish, because that is a fucking banger of a video. And then also on top of that, now I get the beauty opportunity. Let's have a quick check. YouTube Studios. This is still fucking processing. Like, this is what slows you down when you're quick on the draw with YouTube. Processing. And once it's done, it will say advertising limited. And then if I try and publish it, it will say, but advertising is limited. Are you sure you want to publish this? But we could just launch a video about Alan as a... it would be 11 o'clock at night if it gets going, if it gets finished. Nearly 10 o'clock at night, but... sorry, nearly 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. It's not an ideal time to do it, but we could drop one, do a, a premiere. And that would be really funny as well, because while Alan's screwing and he can't get into his internet, we'd just have our show rolling, and that would be funny. Sky Broadband appears to be suffering a UK-wide outage tonight. The Sky Twitter post. Oh, it might be that then. It might be that. Well, if it's that, then it's not his fault, and you can't criticise him for it. That happens to all of us, like I said earlier. Sometimes it happens. But you've got the backup of your phone, so you just get straight on that. And even if you're not providing the full stream, you make sure you communicate, don't you? And the joke about it would be that, okay, here's another funny thing, is that... Here's the joke, right? Here's the funniest thing. Let me just do... down detector. Armchair detector, down detector. I mean, this is cool in a number of ways. Hang on. Confirm my choices. Sky Internet. What am I doing? No. Sky. Just Sky, look. Look, bang, Sky's got loads of problems. Yeah. Quite often these things are fixed quite quick. Down in Essex, broadband down again, can't play Apex. 5G works better than Sky broadband down in the Midlands. So it's down nationwide, Sky's down, got ya. That's probably what it is. And what it says to us is that Alan uses Sky broadband, so now I know his internet provider. Now I know Alan's internet provider. So if someone was to ring up Sky broadband and did know where Alan lived and, had his details, they might be able to get his internet disconnected. Do you know what's happening now in Alan's house? Is Alan's going fucking tits. Because if Sky, it's his telly, and it's his poker, and it's everything, yeah? So he's going tits, and the reason he's not contacting the people on the internet and saying, hey, I'm still here, Sky went down, we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully, anything like that. The reason that he's not doing that is because he's currently trying to get on the phone to Sky, and so is everyone else in the country, and Alan is now currently in a queue. Press 1 for... internet service, and I don't want to be in a queue. I'm Alan and I'm special and I should be fucking, where's my internet? Could you imagine having to take this customer service call from Alan? Could you imagine that? Hello, Sky customer service, how can I help you? My Sky network's not working. Good afternoon, sir. Yes, Sky network's been having a lot of problems tonight. There's been an outage, but we assure you that we'll get things going back as soon as possible. I don't need to know as soon as possible. I run an internet show and I'm an armchair detective. So what about tonight? I'm on tonight. I've got an important poker game. I don't know if it'll be solved tonight. What about if you give me your details and I'll see if I can check on where our engineers are in the area. I don't know. Fucking me. I'm an armchair. Do you know I'm an armchair detective that changed the Chris Watts case? Sorry, sir. Yeah. It's going to be a fucking nightmare for them. Like, he's going to be fuming, yeah. He's getting the lack of funds. He just got those memberships, which meant that there was a little bit of money. It was like the teaser, the taster, and he thought this is going to be a good night. Nancy's in. The memberships are in. This is going to be a good night. And then, boom, kicked off the internet by Sky. Sky say, we're aware of an issue affecting our broadband customers. We're currently investigating this. We will provide updates once we have more information to share. Customers may not be able to get online or receive calls. So my best guess is that it's simple. Like, we've had thunderstorms recently, and so what can quite happen is sometimes like something can get blown up a bit in the system, and they have to locate it on their system. Like, why is this thing all made everything go off? And they send someone out there. They're like, literally, like, it might be a physical thing that they have to pull out some big wires and replace them with some other big wires or shit like that, and then it all goes back on, doesn't it? Unscrewing. I'm glad Winston doesn't live with him, because he'd be kicking Winston. Because if he's got Sky like this, he's going to have Sky as a telly. He's not going to be able to do anything, is he? He's not going to be able to watch the telly. He's not going to be able to do his internet. He's going to be on the phone to Sky, and everyone is going to be on the phone to Sky. That's a joy. That's a real joy. I just want to say something else while we're here, actually. Another joy. It's not related to anything that we're looking at, but this is Dimitar Vatinov, and he's not a friend of mine, like Alan says, we're friends of mine, but I did sit around with him for a bit when I was filming Eddie Strongman, and he's a really nice chap. He's a really good guy. He's a sound dude. I hung around with him for an afternoon. You know, he's not like my best friend, but he's just broken the American deadlift record. Check this out.
Girls, get behind him. Use what?
That's 1,031 pounds off the ground deadlift. 1,031 pounds lifted off the ground in one go. Up like that. That's a fucking deadlift. When we made the Eddie Hall film, the Eddie Strongman film, Eddie was trying to become the world's strongest man. Another year of filming, and we would have filmed him achieving that. However, we needed to finish the film, and we needed a payoff at the end. So what we did was we built up towards lifting. Eddie broke the world record for being the first man to lift a ton off the ground. So we built up to that, and like at the end of the film, he did it and like succeeded in this great dream to become like effectively one of the strongest men in the world, having achieved the world's strongest record of lifting this thing off the ground, and then went on to become the world's strongest man. So it was a real like point in his life moment. I'm glad we did it. You know, I feel like the film worked even though we didn't follow him onto the world's strongest man victory itself. Anyway, this is Dmitry Savatinov now pushing that record. It's fucking insane.
As they hear me snap, I got nothing to lose, cause
kind of that. The music, isn't it?
I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused. Call the shots and they
It won't let me put the music off. Why won't it let me put the fucking music off?
produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to
I
it.
need to put the music off because of my stream.
This guy in that...
It's not letting me fucking click the music. Fuck it. Anyway, that was awesome. I wanted to see that. Oh, look, there's my video. Russell Brandon Eyes Allegations, Body Language Analysis. I think everyone should watch that. I think that's a really good video. If you haven't watched that, I think you're missing out. And if you have watched it, I think you should go and watch it again and leave another comment, frankly. All the way through to the end as well. Like, no messing here. Don't mess about. So it's funny, isn't it, what we're doing now on the show? We were going to watch Russell Brand, but it's a full hour documentary of proper horrors. So it's going to be a bit of an awkward one. There's going to be moments where I'm going to be like, wow, that was awful. What do you want me to say about that? How do you want me to react to someone's description of their own, like, you know, like, don't you think there's going to be like problem descriptions of sex crimes? And I'm going to have to sit there and listen to people describe sex crimes that happen to them. And then I'm going to be like, well, my react to that is, I think it's bad. Thumbs down, net negative. Like, it's going to sound, I don't know how I'm going to quite I don't know if it works as a good react, but people want me to react to it. So I think we do it on stream tomorrow in the daytime, and then I cut the good bits out and put them up as an upload, and everything else that's weird and fucking horrible we just cut out and don't have problems with. But the full live react you can see here, it's a big daytime marathon, I suppose, because like Nigel says, it will take forever. We can't upload that Angry Alan video yet because that's still visibility pending. That's still pending. Thanks, YouTube. It's still having a good think about that, processing it. 12 minutes, it says. I was going to talk about Adam Krigler's coffee. I want to make a video about that at some point, but I don't know if now's really the time. I can close this window. I can close this window. I can close... Well, what's he doing now? He's not doing anything, is he? Oh, bless him. And he was building up to it as well. It was going so well. He got 5,000 on that video about must watch. AD changes the case. You know? He got a full 11,000. That's proper for Alan. 10 grand numbers, 10,000 on the one with the Nicole Kessinger. Changing the case, half the number the next day, obviously. Half the number the next day. And then half that again the next day after. So, ever diminishing returns there. But today, an absolute shit show. He's going to be so cross. He's gone to bed. Do you think he's gone to bed? He's just said, right, fuck it, I can't do anything about it. I'll go to bed. No. He'll be angry. People need blaming. He was going to have fun. People need to be blamed.
The site can't be reached. Not good. Let's see what's wrong with my internet. Let's have a look. Tell it's live, can't you?
All those criticisms I threw at him for not being prepared to, you know, think on the cuff, kind of go out the window a little bit because internet down, you know, Pandy down, Agent Pandy down, Pandy down. This is Kalo 11. We have Agent Pandy down. Did you say Agent Pandy down? That's right. Over. Copy received. Over. Did you say Agent Pandy down? Did you say Agent Pandy? Not Agent Pandy. Not Pandy. Pandy was the best of us. Now we must fight for him. It's what he would have wanted. He wouldn't have wanted us to give up. You know, we'll go on to the bitter end. It's what Agent Pandy would have wanted.
Not good.
Not good. None of it was good from you, Alan. Never is. The thing I like most about this episode today is that you started with the video that you uploaded on the channel earlier that didn't have any... It said AD is now on all the channels. He's always been on all of his channels. Alan has always been on all of his channels. And then that video itself didn't have any contextual connection to what was in the video, which was this. And then there's this bit of you from yesterday. So when people watch your show today, they think this is the start.
He's never arrested or charged. However, is there more than meets the eye?
I'm good mood. AD's in a good mood. Most of us are old, aren't we? Most of us are at home all the time. I know that because you're here all the time. The whole point is, the reason I didn't want to come at the case. The reason I come at the case is because after 2.5 years, I'm being witch hunted and stalked by Shanann's brother, and I can say that because he is.
He's drunk.
He's raising money
And this
for
is drunk.
2.5 years to come to my country and destroy my life. Just me, not all those other channels that are doing it. Just me and what? Never threatened him. Never sent him an email. I don't want to talk about him. I don't want to talk about Kessinger. Yeah. Tell Kessinger to sue me.
Sorry, I've tuned into this because it says Idaho 4 murders, Delphi murders, and the latest Russell Brand scandal. I thought you were going to be covering today's topical crime news. But actually, it seems this man's on to have a rant 3 minutes into his show with the strange introduction.
Come on down, Kessinger. I'll take you on in court. You were there, in my opinion. So, yeah, so I've come back to it, and people don't like it. Well, it was your own fault, because when I stopped doing the case for 7 months...
Well, you don't like it when it's your own fault.
You never laid off my back for one day. Not one day did you lay off my back. It was all, oh, please put money in Frankie's fund. Please, we got to get him. We got to get him.
Oh, I'm glad we're doing this. I'm glad we're doing this. I wanted to say this on one of my episodes. Maybe I should cut this, you know, as a little thing. It's only a little thing, though. I noticed, you know, he keeps talking about this court case and how it's not going to happen. I know this sounds stupid and it seems obvious, but I just realised about this angle, which is that I think Alan is convinced that if they don't make the money in the next 26 days on the crowdfund, then there's no court case. What is it? What kind of crowdfund is it? Actually, if I do, what's the name? Undercover Mother, she'll have a link to it, won't she? Community post. The crowdfund. Where's the one with the link to it? So this is the crowdfund. 24 days to go. 58,365. Pledged of 75,000 stretch target. Yeah? And that's not 75, that's 58. With 24 days to go. Now, no one is... Like, the latest update on here says, next stage, court proceedings. Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to finally be in a position to provide you with an update on how the case is going. First, I want to express how overwhelmed I am with all your support to date. Without you all, I'd never been able to progress my claim. Filing a claim. I'm overjoyed to update you. On 10th of March, my claim was served against the man who's been the principal cause. That this is true. We know the thing has been filed. Mr. Vinnicombe's based in the UK. We decided to bring proceedings there. You've questioned why it took so long. We had evidence to consider the case was extraordinary, with hundreds of YouTube videos to consider, hundreds of hours of content to view and preserve. As a result, the constant ongoing posting by Mr. Vinnicombe, the scale of the task increased further, and even after I started fundraising, my team even had to respond to a letter of claim I received in relation to allegations I was the one who'd been harassing Mr. Vinnicombe. It's taken my legal team an exceptional amount of time to get the case into good shape, but we finally reached a stage where all pre-court matters have been completed. Now, I'm going to say what I think, and it might be completely off, but when he's saying my legal team, he doesn't mean Cohen Davis, who you pay to do the job. Cohen Davis is saying, look, if you pay me to do the job of sorting through 700 YouTube videos, you're going to be paying me a fuckload of money. So what I suggest is I give you the lowdown from the high ground about what you're looking for. You go and look for it and come back to me with the bits and show me them. And if I think they're good bits, we're on. Yeah. So the legal team is Frankie and his friends who have to go through all this to find the bits to then take to Cohen Davis and say, I think this is, maybe it's that. You know, maybe it's just a bit of language there, or maybe he's got a bigger legal team, but going through all that would take ages. If you're me, it doesn't take so long, because when he says it, I clip it and then that's it. I've got it in like a folder, and it's very quick and easy. But anyway, that's by the by, isn't it? The point is, the team served him a formal claim. They've moved on to official court proceedings by serving a claim form and particulars of a claim, seeking damages and injunction claim. Okay, got it. As a result of Mr. Vinnicombe's failure to reply to correspondence or cooperate with my lawyers, we had to incur significant further costs by making an application to the court for permission to serve him by email. So it cost them more money to serve him by email because he wouldn't reply to the letters. That sounds like Alan, doesn't it? This is really interesting. Alan's like, this is true narcissism. You bury your head in the sand and you deny it. But you can't ignore the letters until red letter day and then it's coming to take the tellies. Can't just ignore it, but he has done, hasn't he? Like I'm saying, the reason I'm looking at this now is I actually believe Alan thinks that if they don't get the 75 grand in the 24 days, he's off the hook. I think he's worried about this. That as that goes up, as the number goes up for the money, he's more worried. But as the days go down, if it gets to zero, he thinks, I'm not saying this is correct, he might be wrong. Okay, it might be they go ahead regardless of what that number says at the end. But he thinks that with 24 days to go, they need that 75. So he's putting these videos out to discredit this whole thing so that nobody else pays into it. If you want your money back, people want their money back. It's a false fund. He's going to get rich off it. So he's scared people are going to put more money in. because it's real and it really could hurt him. That's what's going on here. Like I was like, you know, I don't know why I didn't see it so clearly, but I hadn't looked into the crowdfund so much myself. But when I looked at it, I was like, oh right, look, it looks like if you don't reach that goal in 24 days, that's like a fail. So to Alan, it looks like a fail. 75 grand total looking for it, 24 days to go. We've only got 58. That might not be a fail. They might still be able to go ahead. It might just be the stretch goal for, you know, very interesting. I think that's why he keeps going on about this. So I wanted to make this point really clear. And now I'm just having a quick look down here because, like, so Alan fucked them about, basically. Wouldn't reply to the letters like a grown-up. And they ended up having to serve him by email. Thanking people here. Further attacks from trolls. Saddened to hear accusations I've scammed people for money and not put the donations towards the cause. These rumours are not true. Doesn't have access to the money. Next steps. Mr. Vinnicombe is aware of the claim. Court ordered timetable in place for him to respond. Waiting to see if he will attempt to defend my claim or if a resolution can instead be reached. So there would have been an offer for arbitration. Alan can't do the arbitration because he's not a solicitor, so he doesn't know what to do. And effectively, he won't respond, will he? We know, he said, you know, you can't get it out of me. I'm going to say that I'm depressed or whatever. It's just, there's no way he responds. If he chooses to defend the claim, which is previously indicated he would do, then I need to push ahead with the court process. So yeah, if he responds, yeah, he's going to have to choose to defend it, isn't he? Yeah, okay. Complicated area of law involves significant work. I'll be able to share more detail about the case once a formal response has been received. That's interesting because it doesn't say it will involve significant further work and I need more money. It just says it will involve significant work. I don't know what, you know. Very grateful to the legal team. At this stage, I'm trying to raise the stretch target of 75 grand to pay the outstanding invoices for my legal team and be able to respond to whatever Mr. Vinnicombe does next. So that's a bit of an issue, right? Because outstanding invoices for my legal team, does he mean, if he means that he already owes them this 75 grand, then you need to have it, don't you? You need to come up with it. And then respond to what does next. But it is included to be able to respond to what does next in the 75 grand. So I don't think you need a further crowdfund after this. I think that is tied up in this 75 grand. He played a vital role. I'm grateful for continued support, Frankie. Like with 1 day to go, I would consider putting in a wallop of money in here just to make sure it gets it. But I don't really like. I'm a bit confused about. Like, I feel I would like to see a bit more transparency from this side of the group. Bit more. When I say transparency, I mean make it very clear. And probably what I would like is a statement from the solicitors to make it very clear what's happening, how much it costs, and what needs to be done in the future. Like, you know, very clear, very matter-of-fact legal language, just, you know, so that everyone knows exactly what the fuck is going on. And then I would be quite happy to, like, make sure it happened. So I really feel that Alan is scared that this will make its target, but I think he believes it's a game that 24, he's got, it's like Alan's got, because he keeps saying take it off your website, Mr. Cohen. If Cohen takes it off the website, they might not get as much money, they might not get the money. Cohen wants it on the website because he wants the money, but if you don't put it on the website, if we get him to take it off the website, you know, he's attack. So I think he's thinking 24 days to go for 75 grand, and if I can make sure this number is not 75 grand by those 24 days, then I will have completed my mission and I will not get done in court. I think that's what Alan thinks. I'm not saying it's correct. You know, it might be that they've still got enough money with that. It might be that they have to put their own money in and, okay, we were looking for the crowdfund, we didn't make it, but I'm prepared to put in my own money from a credit card, or my mom's put in some money, or, you know, it might be that someone else in the family puts up the money and they just simply go ahead. You know, that might still happen. So I don't agree with Alan's idea here, but the way the reason I wanted to bring that up is because, like I said, he's been saying this for a long time, and the other night I just felt like it crystallised in my mind so clear. He's scared that will reach its target.
About the case anymore. They hate me for various reasons based around they think I'm lying and I'm disingenuous. Actually, I really, really, really want...
So, on Cohen Davis, I haven't confirmed this myself actually, but on here they've got like some of their cases are on their channel. Like, this is their website, Cohen Davis Solicitors, and you know, like most people, they've got examples of their work on their thing. So if you scroll down, there's a load of different things that they've been involved in and stuff like that. So on the right here, it says Norwich Pharmaceutical Order, and you can scroll through and click through the different things they did with that. Right, somewhere on their website somewhere, like for example, this is the case of TJM versus Chief Constable of the West Yorkshire Police. So if I click this, it will show me. Oh, there it is. I scroll down. Sorry, it shows me an article all about what happened in this case. So they've got one of these, I think, for Frankie Rusick, but I haven't found it on the web page. And I think there it is. No, look, there it is, the case of Frankie Rusick. Because, of course, if you're a solicitor and you're in this online defamation game, and this is quite a high-profile case, isn't it? Like, you're defending the family of the murder victims of Chris Watts. That's quite a high-profile... That's you've got it on your website. So here it is, the case of Frankie Rusick. Since our firm has taken on the case of Frank Rusick, both our client and ourselves have been inundated with questions about the case, the legal strategy and the funding. Whilst we are unable at this stage to comment on the case itself or the evidence, we can provide some general information pertaining to the different stages and the funding. This is what I was looking for actually, so I should have read this before critiquing. Check Alan's community post. Okay, I will, but I do want to read this. It's really interesting. Everyone will understand, won't they, that I'm jumping around a bit. It's the Armchair Detective. Yeah. It's the Armchair Detective. Please accept my apologies for the show ending so abruptly tonight. Due to stormy weather in my area, it has caused problems with my internet. Normal service will resume tomorrow evening. Exclamation point. So he's just sacked it off then. He's just given in so quickly. I mean, he has to, doesn't he? He has to accept that. It's not his fault though, of course. It's stormy weather. In stormy weather. Okay, I'm not going to sing a song. So back to this, the case of Rusick and Vinnicombe. Initial assessment. Our firm is known for taking on complex cases involving online discovery, harassment and defamation. Whilst we aim to provide legal assistance to as many victims as we possibly can, our in-house team of legal specialists is relatively small, usually between 12 and 15 lawyers and paralegals, which means we have to make sure that our time is being wisely invested. This means that before we can take on a complex case, we must carry out an initial assessment of the evidence and the law to make sure that on the face of it, our client has a reasonably good likelihood of success. An initial assessment often takes a considerable number of hours to complete. We try and reach a decision based on as much information as possible. So, it sounds like they're not willing to move forward if they think they're going to lose, which doesn't look good to Alan. Like, it doesn't look good for Alan, does it? The decision is based on an overview of the evidence while avoiding going into too much detail, as this could substantially increase the legal costs at a stage where it's not yet clear whether we will be willing to take on the case. Our clients pay for us to carry out the initial assessment. Interesting. Paid to be assessed. I would be like, no, you assess it for free. I'll pay for the job, but maybe it's part of the job. Only we conclude based on the initial assessment that our client has a reasonably good case to pursue, we would agree to take the case on and move to the next stage. Sometimes individuals who approach us for help are unable to raise the funds for us to carry out an initial assessment of the case. Unfortunately, having a limited amount of resources means that we have to either turn these people away or, in extreme cases of hardship, we would pay for the initial assessment from our own charitable fund. We set up this fund 10 years ago precisely for this purpose. Fortunately, our client, Mr. Rusick, was able to raise funds previously. to pursue legal action against his harassers. Mr. Rusick was therefore able to use those funds to fund the initial assessment stage of the preparation of this case, which required a substantial investment of time. So it is these people who have done the... When Frankie... Because I thought when he was saying about, our legal team, he does literally mean this. He means the initial assessment, you're paying for it, and it takes ages and it costs money. Before we began working on this case, we spoke to the Mr. Rusick's bank to ensure the funds, which had been sitting there for a considerable amount of time, would be sent directly to our firm's client account to carry out the assessment. This is interesting. The lawyer, and this is the lawyer on the internet on their own website, is saying that we didn't start this job until we knew the money was there, and that the money had been there in that account. It's not like Frankie had just suddenly got it. He'd been saving it. It'd been there, sat there for this purpose. So it's not like Frankie's skint running out of money. He had a big load of money sat in the bank, whether it was from the crowdfund or not. He had it sat in the bank. He's not spent it all and disappeared it all. It's there for this purpose. They're happy and they're going to go ahead. Once we agree a case has a reasonably good likelihood of success, we consider together with our client various forms of funding. Litigation cases often consume a considerable amount of time and finance. Generally speaking, crowdfunding is a safe way for people to support legal causes they feel passionate about. So what they're saying is we're going to try and make as much money as we can. Obviously, the lawyers want as much money as they can, don't they? Dover and Dolly's mom. Big up SWAT. Check the spelling and punctuation on it. If the spelling and punctuation is not perfect here, I will say that the Internet Law Centre, Cohen Davis solicitors, with all this stuff on their website, doesn't look as professional as some hoity-toity high-end solicitors in the UK. Now, I'm not criticising America, but bear in mind, in America things are a lot more new and things are a lot more television. And law in America, like lawyers, is a bit more modern. Like what I'm saying is that our laws and our barristers, like you've got places in London that go back to the fucking start of law. Do you know what I mean? And there are some very hoity-toity, very sort of super professional. Hang on, look. I'm just going to put solicitors London. I'm just going to put something like that. Just going to open up a different website at random. Like this one looks a little bit neater. It looks a little bit more professional maybe. Do you know what I mean? Just looks a little bit more professional, but it is an online internet page for a solicitor. I don't know. I just think there's a bit more of a spectrum of solicitors and the level of... I'm not critiquing Cohen Davis for this, but their website isn't the most modern and up-to-date looking website. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just looks a bit like... I mean, it probably does the job, and it's got all these buttons. I would probably, if I were them, and they've probably got loads of money, I'd probably have this updated. Just, like, in some way. That's all, really. So maybe if there's, like, spelling punctuation, maybe... maybe it's that facet of it rather than it being like because they're not telling the truth or anything. Where's my fucking page gone now? Check the punctuation on the community post. All right, sorry. Somebody else posted that, not Alan. Yeah, that's a proper community. I didn't think about it. You're right. It's just a proper community post with proper writing. He's called someone on his phone, and they've posted that. That's why it seems like such a normal statement. Please accept my apologies for the show ending. So this isn't, like I said, it's not so narcissistic. It's not his fault, but he's put apologies and stuff. This isn't Alan saying that, is it? Please accept my apologies for the show ending so abruptly tonight. Due to stormy weather in my area, it's caused problems with my internet. Normal service will resume tomorrow evening. The tit. Anyway, I'm going through this. Look, raising funds. crowdfunding's good. If the crowdfunding is done through crowd justice, the money being raised goes directly to the regulated law firm's client account, and it can only be used for paying for legal work. No funds are received or handled by the client directly or indirectly. So what they're saying here is that Frankie already paid them the first bit. The crowdfund is for the next bit, yeah? That's what they've said. And they've said if you do it in that crowd justice, only we can get it, the lawyers. And they are proper, like, website looking hoity-toity or not. You know, all these, look at all these different buttons. This is confusing for me. I don't like this. Like, but website looking hoity-toity or not, they're proper lawyers. When you look through the amount of cases they've done, like, this is why I think their website's not that good, is because they don't really need a fucking, like, at some point this was a really fucking modern website and they haven't updated it for ages, but they don't have to because they're absolutely busy with fucking loads of proper law cases and they win loads of them. Like, they are the place to go if you've got something that you want removed from the internet. Not okay. There will be other lawyers, of course, but they specialise in having things removed from the internet, and defamation on the internet. They're exactly right for this job that Frankie has employed them for. I would agree with this. And what they're saying is that this crowdfund, Frankie can't touch it. It goes directly to them, the lawyers. So I'm thinking, I'm going to have to keep an eye on this as it ticks down, because I'd have to have a proper conversation with someone from this end to say whether it goes ahead if this doesn't make it, or is this a proper fucking problem? Because if this is a proper problem, I will promote it. I've never promoted it in the past because I don't want to be part of this that I don't know anything about. It's from the past. I don't know the ins and outs. I don't know the people. I don't know the case. I'm very sorry for what's happened. But, if it needs to be pushed on and we need to make, 60, and they need 75, they need 15. It's not a lot. It's achievable. They've already got 58. 15's, it's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, it's a fucking lot of money, but it's achievable. Alan's really, this is why we're talking about it, because I think Alan's really banging this hard. He really wants to do his best to make sure they don't get the money. It's a fake thing. It's just after my money. It won't go to court. This and that. People want their money back and all this business. To be honest, they should be doing more. Like, they're so lucky they've got people on the internet that are promoting this for them. Because if you're doing a crowdfund for your own crowdfund, you have to promote that like it's your fucking. Like, when I was promoting club nights, you have to really promote your club nights. You have to promote your crowdfunds more. You really have to get a sort of momentum behind it and push. I know it seems a bit grimy because of what it's about. Like, how do we promote this? I suppose they rely on people like me. I mean, I'm showing it on the telly here, and I'm showing it on your tellies now, so it's up to you if you want to, contribute to it. But if we're that close, and it helps to nail Alan, and these people are so certain. Let me continue reading this. So basically, the crowdfund is to pay for this. They've done the assessment. They've decided the case is good. The crowdfund is to pay for the case. Once the client manages to secure funding, we move on to the next stage in the preparation, which is the preservation and detailed consideration of the evidence. This again involves investment, and I don't like this. It feels like the lawyer is skanking them. I mean, maybe this is how it works, but you're now going to pay. We now have to pay you to prepare the evidence. But wasn't that what we did in the assessment stage, to assess if we had the evidence? No, now we really have to properly prepare the evidence. Oh, okay. So we brought the raw ingredients and now we're chopping them up and neatening them up. Got it. Okay, whatever. That's costing more money. Next steps. Lawyers are like this, aren't they? They like the money. Next steps. Once our lawyers have identified the relevant evidence, the legal team will move on to the next stage. Draft a statement. In most cases, this will be served on the defendant. At this point, we'll be reaching out to the defendant with a view of settling the case out of court, which would be our preferred option, particularly if it's funded through donations. Okay, so what they're saying is they would rather stop at this point because donations might dry up. So let's hope we can win out of court early. Obviously, Alan's not done that. He's pushing them. After the preparation of the statement, in the event the case isn't resolved, following the service of a letter before legal action. The next step is legal proceedings, the filing of the claim, the service of the pleadings, and if needed, an application for summary judgment or trial. So they've served the claim, the service of the pleadings. Alan will be on a deadline, won't he, to plead? Like, they serve him the claim. He's received that by email now. That's been confirmed. We know that's gone on. Then Alan, did he say that he only had 24 hours to reply, or he only had like a certain amount of time to reply? Maybe that's because he ran out of time because he did refuse to answer the letters. So maybe we've had the pleadings. You know, maybe we've had the pleadings. Maybe he's pleaded not guilty or whatever. And if needed, an application for summary judgment or trial, which will be the next step, won't it? Either summary judgment or trial. Entering questions from members of the public. Each week we Each week we receive scores of telephone calls and emails about Mr. Rusic's case. Some just contain abuse, while others are inquiries by backers who want to know more about the case and its progress. What they mean is, Bam rings us, Bin rings us up all the fucking time. That's what they mean, isn't it? Each week we receive scores of telephone calls and emails about Mr. Rusic's case. Some just contain abuse. Who's doing that? We all know who's doing that. Whilst others are inquiries by backers who want to know more about the case and its progress. By law, we're unable to discuss any matter concerning our client without their consent. Furthermore, as the majority of our work is paid for by donations, we must make sure the work we carry out is work that adds value and which helps to progress the case. It's impossible for us to engage in conversations with every person who calls us or emails us. So because of that, you know, we can't answer your questions. And then it's got a link here to the crowdfund. It's got a link to the press reports. It's got a link to the Shannon Watts case. And it's got this video.
Paid Google so that when your name was Googled, they would find, people could find these websites as well. What did they say exactly?
They included private and confidential information.
I kind of recognise her. She's on Channel 5 there on a news story. Obviously, she's had her stuff put out there and this company's got them removed. Like, so they've just got her up there as a little video for you to watch. But what they've said is, yes, it costs fucking loads of money. We're at the point where Alan has to go to court and we're trying to do good work to make sure that we win. When it says that work that adds value because it's a crowdfund, what they're saying is we are aware that you are fucking angry and that you want him done. We are trying to do the work to make sure that we win, yeah? To make sure that we're actually doing something and we're not just saying, oh, show us the videos, all right, that's going to cost you 20 grand. You know, they're actually doing some work that adds value. Fair enough, I understand they can't tell us until the value is shown through the court case and the win. But it sounds to me like that's going to court. And that in terms of costs, Frankie Rusick and this crowdfund is very close to having the entire amount of money that they've... Like, they won't be asking for 75 grand, and if they hit it, oh, can we please have another 12? And then next, oh, we need another 14. Like, if they've got any brain in their head, this will be the full maximum number they're going to need. Because when you do crowdfunds like this, like, you know, you can put a bit of a stretch goal on, but you really, like, you know, you need to make people aware of what you need so that if you get there, then they have got that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, why would you have a crowdfund for not enough money? That would be... So I would hope that this is right. And my guess is that 12 grand, although it's a lot of money, with them knowing that this is coming up as a family, even if this crowdfund didn't make it, they might still be able to push that over the edge themselves. And I think that maybe when it comes closer to the day, there might be some people who are very committed to this that might have been preparing a bit of cash to bump it up. So I think that might help. Big up Sick Willie Deeg. You should say hi to everyone. I've been watching Alan from the beginning 6 months back, and now you know most. Big ups. It's nice to have you with us. It's an interesting story, isn't it, of internet shenanigans. Sorry, the word was in my head because I was looking at Shannon. Bless her. Anyway, the thing looks like it's going ahead. Alan looks like he's scared of it. And the reason why there was a question, wasn't there? Someone asked me a question. That's why I got into this. It was that why is he saying basically the Rusick crowdfund page is advertised on the website of Cohen Davis. So Alan's saying take it down, Cohen Davis. He's having a pop at them for that reason.
Nicole Kessinger questioned. Okay, let's boil it down to one line. I want Nicole Kessinger questioned based on the evidence I've got. Now they would say we've debunked all your evidence. I say BS. I've got 100,000 supporters. I did a show last night where 90% of you said that you think she was in the house that night, and you think I'm talking bullshit, and you can debunk me. Fine, you're all entitled to your opinion. If you think I'm wrong,
that nearly faded out.
Then you think she was in the house that night, and you think I'm talking bullshit, and you can debunk me. Fine, you're all entitled to your opinion. If you think I'm wrong, show where I'm wrong. Don't call me old or decrepit or senile or a perv or a sex whatever, or you. 100,000 of you, my community. It's a bit like a war, right? I'm one country and they're another. Are these people that tipped him the other night, joined as members the other night, or are they people that joined as members like this? Okay, so I'm sorry, Kazza. Kazza's going to hear me say this about her, but I have to say it. It happens a lot on our premieres. People don't realise that we're doing a premiere and I'm not really there live. That happens a lot. It's a simple mistake to make. But Kazza has said, AD, full of energy, is she aware this is not Alan live? That she watched this yesterday? Has she not remembered yesterday? Or is it that just she likes him, in this way? We're not going to like each other. We're going to minimise each other's good points and maximise each other's bad points.
I'm not going to ask you for money, but I will ask
you
to join my Patreon.
I'm not going to ask you for money, but I would ask you to join my Patreon, which will cost you money, which you will give to me. So essentially, I'm asking you for money. Like, what? How can he just lie and then say that? Like, it's one thing to at some point say, look, I'm not asking you for money, and then later on say, by the way, do you think you might subscribe to my Patreon? Maybe. But like, it's another to just be like...
Maximise each other's bad points.
I'm not going to ask you for money, but I will ask you to join my Patreon so I can continue to put the hours in to fight the...
Alan, you're retired. You can put in all the hours you want into whatever you fucking want. You get a pension.
Good fight to get NK questions. That's what I'm here for. If you join Patreon, you can come and talk to me on it, and you will be supporting the channel.
You can't obviously talk to him in the comments of his normal videos, though. That would be weird. And to support the channel, well, so it's like a pity thing then you want me to join your Patreon as like a pity, like as like a sort of pity donation to support the channel, or is it that you think I should help you to constantly prattle on about this bollocks? What about that other fella who got 1 million views for his video? He's doing much better than you, and they're spreading it to far more people. So maybe I should support them. Who did this picture? Who did this picture?
It is £10 a month, and I understand that would be a donation to keep the case alive. Even the DA knows that I found the shadows. If it wasn't for the shadow, there'd have been no second confession. My work is very important. Please.
I have a big armchair. My work is very important.
Support us on Patreon if you can. If you can't, that's fine as well. Just keep watching the channel.
Now he's interrupting his own talking.
Thank you for turning up. See you soon.
And here he is. So that's confusing as fuck, isn't it? Because I thought I was already watching your show.
It is, yeah. I put that together the other day and quite enjoyed doing that.
You edited that, did you? You edited that. Well done. Well done, Alan. You edited that. You edited that. Well done, Alan. Well done. Seen your painting. Painting's good, isn't it, Alan? Your editing's good, isn't it, Alan? Next, we'll get you making tuna buns. Little tuna buns. Teach you how to make tuna buns. Then after that, we're going to do a history lesson on the pyramids. Or I'll tell you what, we'll do the dinosaurs. You'll like the dinosaurs. And then after that, it's PE. Then it's quiet time, Alan. Quiet time after that.
That's my intro.
Big ups Red Fan with the gifted tier sub to Sick Willy Deeg, who picked up a gifted tier sub from Red Fan, who is a kind of James Bond film. James Bond. I don't know what I mean by James Bond. I mean like kind of like benevolent, like very generous supporter of the channel, dropping all the gifted tier subs, but also like kind of mysterious as well. A bit mysterious, aren't they, really? They're like my Nancy. Red Fans like my Nancy.
On my new Green channel. If you're not a member of the Green channel, you need to join it right now.
Thanks, Nancy.
We're going to put the Green channel in chat.
Thanks, Red Fan.
Where I build a reference library of Nickel.
Thanks, Red Fan. Riff Raff here has got a picture on hers, and it feels like she was forced to take it. I shouldn't do this. I can't help it. I shouldn't, but I will. I shouldn't, but I will. Now, these people, bear in mind, I feel sorry for these people. I think they've been confused, deluded. Like, I think there are reasons, maybe. Actually, do you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. You know, maybe she's just like a real fucking eggy, nasty person like Alan. Like, she kind of looks a bit like Alan. This is Riff Raff. She kind of looks a bit like Alan. Like, people who look like each other and are like each other kind of like each other. I think. But the picture, like I say, the reason I wanted to pick this out, she put the picture up. He's told them to put the pictures up. She sort of just stood there in the picture, like, she's not smiling. It's like someone said, right, stand there, I'll take your picture. And she's like, all right, and then just stood there. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're being forced to have your photograph taken. Not even a smile. This is going. Are you going to put it on your YouTube? Yeah. Smile then. No. No smile for me. No smile for me. Riff Raff. Sorry, Riff Raff. I feel sorry for these people in a way, but if they're nasty people who are just like real downright shits, just like Alan, then I don't feel sorry for them. But 22 months. 22 months she's been a member for. That's a lot of money she's given Alan. It's a lot of time she's given Alan. I'll tell you what, I take it all back, because if she wants to come over to our side and come onto our crew, then sorry I called you, said that you look a bit like Alan. It's just the glasses. Sorry about that. I don't think, for some of them, I think they might be a bit, you know, they might be so, you know, in this cult stuff we've been watching, I think some of them might be so deep in the cult that they're not going to be rescued. I think they might have to end up, you know, going to Guyana with the, look at Alan with the hand in his nose. Give me a kiss, Alan. Hang on. Give me a kiss. Wait. Give me a kiss, Alan. I can't. I'm just wiping my nose. But I like my kisses and I give you all the monies. Alright, come here, I'll give you a kissy. Can you dress up like the woman again and I'll dress up like the man? Well, you know it, baby. I'm such a bastard. I'm going to upload this to YouTube as well. This is taking it too far. Attacking the subs. It's taking it too far. They're very welcome over our side of the fence, and I shouldn't pick on them like that. That was a bit mean. I'm sorry.
Messenger. So anything you want to know about it, it'll be there. All the little nuggets, nuances, it'll all be there in one place for you. You won't have to.
I've already covered this earlier anyway, so I don't have to go back over this. We've already done this. Show is over. Alan's got binned off. He's bellend. Sky down. Agent Pandy down. Oh, it's coming back now anyway, look. Like, he's decided to fuck it off. He'd have been back on in an hour. We had a look at the solicitors. We had a look at Cohen Davis. My video is processed now. Video processing is taking longer than usual. You don't say.